Okay, so this is my makeup room. In my house, there's a den off of my kitchen. I bought a barbecue. There's a den off of my kitchen that has these glass sliding doors, and so we've made it into a makeup room. Over here, when you walk in, there is, hey, it's me. Over here is just a stand. I have some random shit down there. I keep my empties and some extras in there. Hair products in there, more hair products there, a printer, and some other shit. So, moving along. And then over here, I of course have the chair, which has a bunch of shit on it. My friend's brother works for Monster, so she got me some cases, and there's just nowhere else in my house to put them. And then this is where the magic happens. Yes, there is also kitty litter over there. There is no one else, or nowhere else in my house to put it. So I'm gonna start with my Alex drawers. Of course, I just have your basic Alex drawers from IKEA because I am basic. So on top of my thing, first I have this really cute picture. I can't remember the artist's name, but I will put it down below because I adore this picture with her big giant eyes and her pink hair. Flawless. So on top here, I just have just some brushes in the back that I never use. I have some hand cream, my Cinema Secrets back there, along with apple cider vinegar. I use the apple cider vinegar to mix with a face mask, I will show you. And then I just keep liquid lipsticks up here. This is just all ColourPop. These are Bath & Body Works candles that I have finished and cleaned out. These are like literally my favorite containers. There's probably 5 of them in here that I will show you. And then these are my other liquid lipsticks, whatever I can fit in here, as well as my ColourPop lippy sticks. I have tons of them. I also keep a thing of Kleenex up there. It's just super simple. So I haven't cleaned anything, so this is just like it. And the stuff in the front is kind of stuff I've thrown in recently. Over here I have mostly concealers as well as my luster drops from MAC. They don't make these anymore, but I love them. These are in the shade Pink Rebel. Over here I have highlighters. These are 3 MAC highlighters. They're all MAC highlighters actually, and then I also have MAC strobe cream. Strobe cream makes me a little bit red, so I don't use it a lot. In the back there, you'll see I have Wake Me Up foundation and a Revlon Nearly Naked powder. Those are for when I get really tanned, which never happens, but sometimes, you know, when I come back from vacation, basically. And these are all of my foundations. I have too many. I did go through my stash recently, so this is just everything I still have. I've got, you know, lots of drugstore. I've got YSL, the NARS, the NARS Purely Radiant. I have it in 2 shades. I have it in Alaska Light 2 and Finland. Finland is more my shade. In the summer though, I've been living for the IT Cosmetics CC cream. Just lots of foundations in here because I'm a hoarder, and there's more on my vanity. So this is my blush and bronzer drawer. In the back here, I have a loose Marcel powder. I have an e.l.f., like, look how dusty this is, an e.l.f. blush palette. I've got 2 loose Becca highlights here. These are all of my larger MAC blushes and any weird containered blushes, like my Lolly Tint, I used to love this Tarte blush, but I just don't really reach for cream blushes anymore. And then I have an Annabelle bronzer, and then just some bronzer palettes. I have another highlighter here. This is the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter in the shade Radiant Lights. Yeah, this is gorgeous. If you're in the States, pick this up at Ulta. It's fantastic. Benefit Dallas is one of my holy grails. And then over here, I just have other blushes. Urban Decay, Sleek, lots of NARS, a couple MAC blushes I haven't depotted, NYX, Illamasqua, Coralista, which I probably won't ever wear anymore. I have this really bright one from Coastal Scents. You can use a really light hand because I'm so pale. And then just some other blushes. I'm not really a huge blush person. I got into blushes for a while there, but not a lot. So this is my loose shadow drawer. I keep most of my eyeshadows at my vanity, but this is just other stuff I don't use. Over here, I just have lots and lots of pencils. I really don't use pencil eyeliner very often, but I like to keep it. I have my electric palette because this is a beautiful palette, but I don't reach for it very often because it's so dramatic. I have my Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, another thing I don't really reach for a lot. And then in here I just have lots of just smaller palettes like NARS singles, NARS duos, the Kat Von D Beethoven palette. This was my first high-end makeup item I ever bought. It's what got me into being obsessed with makeup. My husband got it for me. Let's see if I can open it with one hand. Yeah, I can. It's absolutely gorgeous, but I haven't worn it in forever. It's mostly shimmer, so it's a little hard to wear, but love it. Get back in there. Over here, I have mostly cream shadows. These are the Revlon Color Tattoos. Love them. And I also have a couple of the Super Shock shadows from ColourPop. And I also in here have my lip glitters. I have 4 along with a glitter glue. And then just some lashes in here. I never wear lashes, but I keep telling myself one day. In here, I have lipstick. This is all my MAC lipsticks and then a bunch of other stuff. These are some of the ones that will stand up, so more square packaging. Lots of Maybelline. I have my NARS here. This is the Smashbox liquid lipstick. I have Makeup Forever and also Urban Decay and Marcel. These are just any liquid lipsticks that won't fit in the containers up there that I don't reach for very often. So, and then these are the same. These 2 containers aren't very organized. Then we have my mask drawer. These are just tons of sheet masks in the back here. I have the Glam Glow Youth Mud. I have some eye masks. Origins Drink Up Intensive is my holy grail hydrating mask. This is the Aztec Secret Indian Healing Clay mask. It is absolutely amazing. I mixed that with the apple cider vinegar. It makes your skin pulse, but it is magical. And then just other masks in here. I am a mask hoarder, so I have tons of them. Down here is just my nail polish drawer. I've got Essie, OPI, a little bit of everything. That's just, there's nothing else to say about that. As we get further down, things get less exciting. This is my backups and extras drawer. So as you can see, I have just like samples in here, hair stuff, mascaras, more mascaras, a mascara primer, Shiseido wipes, extra toner, other extra stuff, an extra foundation, Seche Vite, more Seche Vite, a MAC powder. It's just basically anything that I haven't run out of yet, but that I will need to replace at some point. Oh, we won't close. This drawer is just pure chaos. It is mostly makeup bags as well as some of these brush guards. That's basically it. This last drawer is just some hair dye stuff I use, as well as, I don't know why, I still have Kylie Lip Kit containers. There's some like empty packaging down here in case I want to reuse them for travel. I have hot rollers, and these are just things for me to back to MAC. So that is my Alex drawers. And then if we hang over here, this is my vanity. This is where I keep most of my everyday makeup. Over here, I created this out of a ColourPop box. I flipped the box inside out. There's videos on how to do that. And then I just used, I'm gonna take out the first few. I just used the lid to create little dividers. So I have my Mad Renaissance palette. My Nicole Guerrero highlight palette is fucking gorgeous. I use it every single day. Totally worth the hype. I've got 2 ColourPop things, Tarte Lip palette, my Revealed palettes, which I love. I have my Kathleen Lights Morphe palette, my Naked palettes. My Morphe palettes are back here, and then in the very back I have my Z palettes. This is my everyday, like this is my homemade, I guess, Z palette. It's mostly MAC, Makeup Geek, ColourPop eyeshadows, and a couple Coastal Scents eyeshadows. It's pretty beautiful, I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to keep my palettes in this drawer down here, which I'll show you after, but I just find them so much easier to reach for when they're in this little contraption here. My chair is from it's just from IKEA. It's super cheap. I just drape a scarf over it because I find that when I do my hair in here, hairspray gets all over it and it's a freaking mess. Here I just have more makeup brushes. These ones are in a Beauty Blender container because it worked. These ones are in another Bath & Body Works candle. I like leaving them on the lid like this because then they spin easily. In the back here I have a Kat mug with some of my Holy Grail face brushes in it, and then I just have a little kabuki from Coastal Scents. It's one of my favorites. I have this mirror here, which is a light up mirror. I got it from Costco for $20. I asked my mom for it for Christmas. And then I just have these lights here that are from IKEA. They're not great. Let me turn one on for you. As you can, I don't want to blind you, but as you can see, it's very yellow toned. It's not fantastic, but for now it works. Behind this light here, hey, I just have some baby wipes. I use baby wipes every morning to clean up my eyes. And then over here, I have just a couple random things that I've been reaching for lately, but there's no room for them on my vanity. I have the L'Oreal Youth Code Texture Perfector. This is one of my Holy Grail serums. Use it all the time. The Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation is fantastic. I've been using this a lot lately. This says it's the NYX Dewy Finish Spray, but it's actually the Hard Candy primer spray that's supposed to be the dupe for the Tatcha Luminous Skin Mist, but I like the sprayer in this more, so I switched it out containers. This is a La Roche-Posay Toleriane Ultra. It's just a eye cream for dry skin. Here I have the Kat Von D loose setting powder. Is that what it's called? Wow, I'm a disaster. This is the translucent setting powder. I don't love this for under my eyes, but I use it every day to set my eyeshadow primer. I just have some Shiseido facial cotton here. I use that every morning, obviously, to clean my face. And then here, I just have a bunch of face samples that I need to use that I will probably forget about. This is just a heat protectant mat, so I can put all my hot tools on it. It's kind of dirty and gross, but I just, when I do my hair in here, I put my hot tools on that. And here I have the double Muji drawers and a bunch of shit on top. So on top here, you'll see I have all of my sponges in, again, a Bath & Body Works candle. I have tons of beauty blenders. This is the L'Oreal sponge. I also have the Morphe one, and then I think just more beauty blenders. Like, who needs this many beauty blenders? Literally no one. I have my Nip and Fab Glycolic Fix pads. I use these every morning, and I keep them upside down to keep them moist. My Jack Black lip balm I also use every morning. Here is also some face stuff I use every morning. This is just Evian facial spray to wet my face before I moisturize it. Fix Plus, Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray, Pixie Glow Spray, Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This is the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra 24-Hour Makeup. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I've been wearing this nonstop because I'm almost done and I'm trying to finish it up, and I do like it. I have the L'Oreal Age Perfect Glow Renewal Drops. Clinique Dramatically Different. I usually mix the glow drops in with that as my moisturizer every morning. I've been washing my face in the morning with the Sephora Micellar Cleansing Milk. I also have some scissors for trimming my brows and eyelash curlers, and the Glam Glow Pro Glow Nude Moisturizer or whatever. And then just off to the side here, I'm almost finished with my Hangover RX primer. I just cut it open, put it in a bag so I can finish it up. I have some simple wipes for when I take my makeup off before I work out. And then I just have the packaging from the Nicole Guerrero palette. You can see where my finger usually sits because I use it to fan myself in the morning after I set my face because I'm that extra. I honestly wasn't sure how I'd feel about these Muji drawers. I used to keep everything in the drawer down here, but this is just so much more convenient and they fit so much stuff. So in the top here, this is like my go-to face makeup every day. I've got the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, my Anastasia Dip Brow in, I think it's Granite. Yep. MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in Painterly. It's not really working for me anymore. I've actually been reaching more for my Art Deco eyeshadow primer. But this is a little bit shimmery. I don't totally love it, but it's working for now to not crease, so I'll take it. MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural is my Holy Grail face powder. I have the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow, and I heart this in here. This is one of my favorite eyeshadows. I've gone through, I think, 2 of these in my life. In the back here, I have a MAC Pro Longwear waterproof foundation. I've got 2 Tarte Shape Tapes in here because it's my Holy Grail concealer. One's in fair, one's in light. Right now I'm using the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara, which I really like. I have just a brow brush from Anastasia, the Benefit Brow Gel, a Dior Eyeshadow Eyelash Primer, and the CoverGirl So Lashy. I really don't like this. I haven't been using it. And then I just have the NYX Foundation Lightener in here. And that just closes up nicely. And then in the bottom here, I just have a couple highlighters. This is the Ofra You Glow Girl. This is the Makeup Revolution Unicorn Hearts highlighter. It's fucking beautiful. Like, look at that. Oh, stunning. I love it for a super extra highlight. I can't close it though, of course. I have the Smashbox under eye primer here, which I really like. And then I have a couple sample primers. I have the Hourglass here. I have another Hourglass one back here. And then the Smashbox primer oil, which I actually do like. I have, this is the ColourPop Flexitarian highlight. I love this. When I want a really intense highlight, I'll lay this down and then put my Nicole Guerrero highlight on top, or the Unicorn Hearts highlight on top. Fantastic. For blushes, I've only been going between my NARS Madly blush, which is stunning, and the Milani Baked Blush in Berry Amore, which is also stunning. Love it. Just warm blushes. I have the Makeup Forever. This is the hydrating primer in here. It's just okay, but I do like it for hydrating. Makeup Forever Stick Foundation. And then in the corner here, I just have a bunch of eyeliners. I have Milani, Maybelline, the Tarte Precision Longwear Liner. This is what I've been wearing lately. And then I just have Tweezerman tweezers and an extractor. I also apparently had a concealer brush in there. I don't know why. Over here I have my iPad because honestly every morning I watch YouTube videos while I get ready. No shame. And then this, in this drawer here is where I used to keep all my makeup. This vanity is the IKEA Malm vanity. My garbage can is clearly falling apart. So if you see here, it opens up into a huge drawer. My only issue with this drawer is, as you can see, it only opens this far, but there's this much space in the back. So it's kind of stupid. So this is mostly stuff I want to keep near me, but that I don't reach for like every day. This is kind of my junk corner. I have some tape, a hairband, Q-tips that I need to refill. All my hair stuff goes in here. This is my Sarah Happ lip scrub in brown sugar. Love that. Just some junk in the back there. All of my containers are from Solutions or the dollar store or the Real Canadian Superstore. I would say go to Solutions. They're kind of expensive, but you'll get great stuff. Over here, I just have some double-ended brushes because I never really know what the fuck to do with those. Just some like eye cream and a hydrating gel I don't know what to do with. I have my Stila. This is the new glitters in Diamond Dust. And again, like this drawer is a fucking disaster. As you can tell, I did not clean before I did this. Over here I have 3 ColourPop shadows, just ones that I reach for more often than the ones that are in my other drawer, as well as the Benefit RSVP, but this is drying up. I'm gonna have to buy, I'll probably buy a new one at IMAX this year. These are just eye pencils that I do reach for a little bit, like some of my, this is a lip pencil? This is a lip pencil. I have a nude eye pencil, that's another lip pencil, some black pencils, a chubby shadow stick, and then these are mostly lip pencils, I believe, as well as some brow products. I just don't have anywhere else to put my lip pencils, so they're all thrown in here. There's also an eyebrow brush in here, I guess should go over here, and some Duo lash glue, like why? Then there's also just like a Quo pencil sharpener here. I just have this like ratty paper, like face cloth here. I use this to wring out my beauty blender every morning. I have the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and the NARS blush palette. This is a beautiful palette that I just don't reach for very often, but it's fantastic. Over here, I just have this weird empty space in the front. I have my Becca highlighters, my Urban Decay highlighter. This is in the shade Aura, but it's a little bit dark for me, but it is really pretty. I have another one of these Makeup Revolution highlighters because I love it so much. Sephora Contour, and then just 2 gel liners from ColourPop. Here I have some concealers, some sample highlighter, or sample primers, just a little bit of everything randomly thrown in here, as well as 2 of my white concealers because I'm so pasty that everything's too dark for me. And then over here are just some eyeshadow palettes and blush palettes that don't fit anywhere else. So this is my MAC blush palette. As you can see, there's also an Inglot shade in here. The magnetization is not as good on it or something, so it doesn't stick very well, but I've got some MAC blushes I've depotted and an Inglot contour. I have the Ben Nye pressed color palette. I don't use this very often, but it's beautiful. That shadow is clearly breaking, needs to be repressed, but yeah, just some beautiful matte shadows. Whenever I can't find an eyebrow shade, I always go in here and look. There's great colors, just great pigmentation. It's a beautiful palette, and it was super cheap on camerareadycosmetics.com. This is just a Z palette that is just full of a bunch of random shit. I've got some Sugar Pull, some Makeup Forever, some pressed glitters, some like drugstore. It's just a hot mess in there. But it's good. I have most of like my random bright shades in here so that if I am looking for a bright shade, it's here. I have, again, more lashes just thrown in the corner here. I have this chocolate bar palette. This is a knockoff by Makeup Revolution. But like, I didn't want to buy the full price one, so I bought that one. I have an Inglot custom palette. I honestly never reach for this palette, but I really should. It's fucking gorgeous. And the last palette I have all the way back here is my NARS Narcissist palette. This is another gorgeous palette. This one was stupid expensive, but I love it. As you can see, I have used lots of these palettes. I'm a palette hoarder, don't judge me. So that's everything in there. That's everything on my vanity. So that is my makeup room and my setup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll just give you one last look at it all. Over there in the corner is just makeup I'm purging. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.